Hey, what's up? So it's after work and I'm here just chilling. And this topic actually came up, so I want to discuss it with you. And the topic is actually it's actually about getting healthy and how I was speaking about this topic with a friend of mine, and we actually were talking about how getting healthy is hard. And the reason being is because she was basically stating that it's hard for her because she worked. Now she has an obvious reason why it may be more difficult, because she does work two jobs. And for me, I was saying that it's not difficult because of the fact that if it's a lifestyle for you, hold on, let me make sure y'all can hear me. But yeah, as I was saying, is that if it's a lifestyle for you, no matter what you do, or no matter how do I put this? When it becomes a lifestyle switch for you, getting healthy shouldn't be hard, or it shouldn't even take a lot of brain cell thinking, because of the fact that everything you do is going to be revolved around eating. No matter what you do, or no matter how you scope out throughout life, you have to eat, right? So because of the fact that you have to eat, your meals a day or however you cook is going to be based on, okay, what am I saying? What the hell am I saying? It's sounding kind of confusing. I'm talking, but I'm not thinking. Okay, basically, everybody has to eat. And because you have to eat, that means you always have to foresee what you're going to eat before you actually eat it. Which means that you have to, pre-prep. Whether it be week prep or just a thought before you prep that meal, you still have to think it, right? And because you have to think it, you're still going to end up prepping that meal. So because that's being done, you gotta eat. It was basically what I'm trying to say. So since you have to eat, I'm going in circles now. Let me get to the point. Since you have to eat, if you're eating a regular meal, which consists of rice, a little bit of veggies, or like broccoli or something, and chicken, whatever your meal is, right? Rice and peas and chicken. Okay? If you're gonna eat that, that's still something you have to think about. Now, for me, if I'm gonna eat a meal, it's just gonna consist of like quinoa or red rice or black rice, and then I'll have like some type of, I don't know, some type of potatoes or something on the side with like a ton load of veggies, or just rice and a ton load of veggies, or just like veggie, like a straight veggie salad. But it's still something you have to forethink. It's a lifestyle for me, so I know exactly what I'm gonna eat. But I will admit this: before I started to get healthy, there was a stage when I didn't know what the hell to eat, because when you eat a certain way, you're not used to eating 100% healthy. So there is a bit of a thought process that has to go into it. So I believe that if you're going to go into this switch, if you're thinking about or coming to or planning on making a switch, kind of think it through. Kind of scope out. When it comes to, if you're like me and you have to be on the go and stuff, scope out where exactly you're going to eat. Scope out the places that will help cater and help you maintain the lifestyle that you're trying to achieve or maintain, right? Also, start by incorporating one thing at a time. So for instance, I used to eat white rice. Now I still eat white rice only if I'm on the road, and if I'm starving and I don't have any food, then they are serving white rice, I'll get the white rice with whatever veggies that they have, and like maybe potato or something. But for the most part, I don't have white rice in my cabinet of things, right? I don't have white rice there. I don't do it, and now my body doesn't even like it. I get symptoms which is like scratchy throat and some other stuff. So, and white rice is very acidic. If you know that, it's actually very acidic for the biology. So I eat red rice and black rice. So what I did is I took the white rice. Once that was finished, I actually started incorporating the red rice first. And before I finished, I actually incorporated it so that my body started to get used to it. It's not much of a difference. It just, to me, it's not much of a difference. It may taste a bit seedy to you the first time, but if you like quinoa, you can pretty much handle that. So yeah, I took out the white rice, and then I added in red rice, and then I also added in the black rice. So that was my substitute. Once I got that down packed, that's now my permanent staple, which is red and black rice and quinoa. My permanent staples. I then went to the next thing, which would be, example, milk. So then I took out dairy milk. Well, that was like the first thing. I took out dairy milk from Time, and then I started incorporating the store-bought almond milks. And before you knew it, I was making my own milks, which are, I make almond milk, hemp milk, pumpkin seed milk, quinoa milk, coconut milk. I make coconut milk a lot. So I started doing that. And then what I started doing was focusing on one meal. So which was right now I'm still focusing on breakfast because I have a hard time with making breakfast. Not have a hard time making breakfasts, but creating more nutritious breakfasts. I'm still on the making like French toast, like vegan style, or making like hash browns or stuff like that. But I need to make more nutritious vegan meals. But what I do is I incorporate or take out one meal at a time. So I took out or I started with lunch. So lunch was the easiest for me. So I started incorporating or thinking of meal ideas and getting inspiration from websites. And then before you knew it, I was cooking my own entire meals myself and didn't really need any help. So now I just, make my own meals. But let me get back to the topic. So what you want to do is, so for instance, you want to find the substitutes for chicken. If you're going to stop eating chicken, you want to find the substitutes for chicken. So my substitutes are like quinoa, lentils, ton load of veggies, different veggies, because they have a whole bunch of protein and amino acids, nutrients and stuff. You want to find all that stuff, right? So essential oils, yada yada. So my main source of like substitute meat, it would be lentils. I like that a lot, so I eat lentils on almost everything. Yeah, I eat lentil everything. So then I have a meal consisting of like rice, lentils, and give me a second, let me distract this boy. Yeah, so I'll have a meal consisting of like rice. I gotta write this stuff down. I feel like I gotta do this video again. We'll see if I do it again. But yeah, I'll have a meal consisting of like rice, lentils, and then like either veggies or like a mix up. Like the other day I had rice mixed with lentils and a mixed lentil mushroom stew. So then since I ate that for lunch, I'll go home and have a large salad plus a juice for dinner. So I'm balancing it out. The only thing I gotta figure out how to balance out properly is my breakfast. But for the most part, for breakfast, I'll eat or either have like a large smoothie with fruits. That's usually what I'm having right now currently, like smoothies with fruits and it just mixes up whatever I feel to have. I really have. I'm not on a strict diet, and I don't restrict myself. So as long as I'm getting a bunch of different nutrient sources from different locations, I tend to have. I don't mind. Wow, it's really windy out here. But you want to do what works for you, and that's what works for me. So yeah, figure out how to maneuver around in this lifestyle. I figured it out by scoping out, checking out websites. I did a ton of research before I even started to make the switch, but as I was doing the research, little by little, I was making the switch unconsciously, and then it just becomes a habitual habit. So you stop thinking about like, what am I gonna eat, what am I gonna do, what am I gonna once you get the hang of it, you just go with the flow. Just do it up, enjoy the process, have fun, and keep getting healthy. Like, it's not as hard as it seems. It's just the transition part or the switch part that can come across as hard, but it really isn't hard. Anyways, I'll holler at y'all later. I don't want to make this long. Bye.